Is Mike Tellerino. I am your host. Tonight I've got two really awesome ladies with me. I got Lenora and I got Wendy. They are with a company called BrightStar Services, which we're going to really get into about how it helps veterans. But first, Lenora, why don't you tell us a little bit about BrightStar, how it started,
Absolutely.
what you're doing, and
Yes, absolutely. Well, BrightStar Care, we are actually BrightStar Care Chicago and LaGrange. I will like to preface that because there are multiple BrightStar locations throughout the entire U.S. So we cover the city of Chicago and the Oak Park LaGrange area. So Cook County would be the county that we service. But we do provide skilled nursing services, medical services, and also non-medical services to clients of all ages in their home. But we also do healthcare staffing as well.
that's how.
Yes.
You know, I think it's so important when you have an elderly person that you really want to make sure that their health is being taken care of and that you hire the right company.
Absolutely.
Tell us what sets BrightStar apart from other companies.
Absolutely. Well, one of the things that I truly admire is that, we provide nurse-led care. We have registered nurses who are able to meet with every single client that we provide services to, and they're able to create a detailed, individualized care plan for our care team to follow. So our care is nurse-led, and we also provide that RN oversight. We're also available 24 hours a day, 7 days a
Really?
week. So we provide care up to 24 hours a day, absolutely.
Now, is this a live-in situation, or is it just they come in for a visit to check on your well-being? How does that work?
Yeah, I mean, we can provide a variety of different types of services depending on the needs of the individual. And that is why we have an RN such as Wendy. She's actually a registered nurse. And there are so many other things, on her belt. And she has so much experience, dementia specialist, case manager. But we have Wendy, and you can maybe expand on that as well, who is able to meet with our clients in their home to identify all areas that we can provide service. And again, at that time that we can determine whether or not they need someone for 1 hour, 2 hours, or 12 hours, 24 hours.
So is there a questionnaire process that they fill out so they really get to know what their needs are and how you can meet those needs?
Absolutely. So it generally starts with a phone consultation. So we have a dedicated team member who is able to accept those incoming calls to just, again, do an initial screening of what type of services that they're looking for and how we can help. And based on that phone call, we're able to arrange what we call a living room visit where we can actually meet with the individual, the family member, to discuss those services in more details in their home.
Right. What if a person has like dementia? Do you have people that sort of specialize in that type? Because that's a very specialized care.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
you want to make sure when you bring someone in your home to take care of your mom or your dad or your loved one,
Right.
that they're really skilled and they know all the pitfalls of somebody with dementia.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's interesting because as a dementia, I'm certified as a practitioner. So we are holding, like every couple months, a dementia competency, and I run it. It's very interactive. It's half a day, and then our caregivers get certified through BrightStar. They get a certificate, and so they are trained to deal with this population because, as you said, it's very specialized. It's difficult. Their reality is not our reality. A lot of redirection, a lot of consistency, and
I looked into, before we became friends, Wendy, I looked into BrightStar just to get a little background on the company, and I heard so many rave reviews about the personalized care that you give, and I think that's key when you're offering that service, to be so personalized that you really take an interest in your client. It's not just, we're going to be there for 4 hours and you're in and you're out. I mean, you really care about your patients, and that's what I think sets you aside from
Absolutely.
other care companies that are just doing it to
Absolutely.
do it.
Right. But also being able to provide care to all ages.
Right.
We've had the opportunity to care for individuals as young as 4 months old and all the way up to
Really?
110 years old
Yeah.
and everything in between. So, I mean, it's key because,
Yes.
again, there are other agencies that do not provide that level of care for
Right.
all
Yeah,
ages.
for all-
So, what would you say that? I guess what's the hardest patient to take care of, in your opinion?
I mean, hardest patient, I would say everyone is different.
requires the most care?
Yeah. I mean, we provide, like as I mentioned before, you know, we provide non-medical. Also, we provide the medical skill level of services where we have nurses around the clock for those critical care patients.
Right.
So
That is so.
Maybe on a ventilator.
Yeah.
You know,
Really?
at home.
Even
Oh, yes.
even that ill.
Oh,
absolutely.
yes, absolutely.
So you're qualified to take care of patients like that as well.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
I-
And
that's
what
that's
we
really
say is
amazing.
home is the best place to be.
Absolutely.
You know, I was a discharge planner for many, many years at the hospital, in the hospital setting, and my goal is to send somebody home rather than any other setting unless it was absolutely necessary to go home because you didn't, I mean, to go to a skilled nursing facility because you didn't have the resources at home.
You know, I've been to a lot of nursing homes, and when I would walk in, they're all lined up against the wall
Yeah.
in their wheelchairs, and they're all like just there. And I'd walk in with a service dog, and they perk up. They, oh, I used to have a dog, and you know, but it's just so sad to see them in a surrounding like that because they're not getting. I mean, I'm sure they're getting good care. I don't want to say they're not, but not the kind of care that you provide.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
I'll tell you a story speaking about dogs. We have a veteran, he came to us and very, very proud. He didn't want to talk. He was, you know, he didn't want to accept our services. And, you know, it was difficult in the beginning. And our caregiver asked if she could bring her dog. And they had just lost their dog. And he said, oh my goodness, absolutely. Now he will not let our caregiver come without the dog. And she was running late one day and she said, I can't bring the dog. I got to be on time. He goes, you go home and get your dog and don't come unless you have your dog with you.
How cute is that?
Oh, and they are.
You know, but again, it's a personalized, and I know I'm
Absolutely.
stressing that,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that's what I found sets BrightStar
Absolutely.
apart from other
Absolutely.
companies, other
Absolutely.
caregivers and stuff like
Yes,
that.
yeah.
So it's so amazing what you do. We were talking earlier about if a veteran is in need of home care,
Absolutely.
right? You were saying that the VA will pay for that,
If they're service connected,
right?
and you know their percentage. So the VA determines you know their disability, and then that will determine their percentage, and then that tells them
Percentage of what they pay, or percentage of their
of what
disability?
services they can receive.
Oh, okay. So they evaluate it then, and
Yes.
so you're good for this, that, or whatever,
Right.
and that's it. Do you have any veterans in your
Absolutely.
Oh,
home
yeah.
care?
Absolutely.
Yes,
we have
but
a number of veterans.
21 we have.
And what about a veteran has PTSD?
Yeah,
Very
most of-
common.
Yeah, yeah. I just went today. You know, the veteran has terrible PTSD, and so I went and introduced him to a new caregiver. You know, and they got along so beautifully. They found out he's a pastor, that her pastor and him were very good friends. It was the most amazing
So there was
fit.
a connection.
A huge connection.
You know,
And he felt so much better.
Absolutely.
so let me just say this. If you're a veteran and you have a disability that's service connected, and the VA determines that you need or can use in-home caregiver,
Caregiver.
do they just apply through the VA then? Or could they come to you? Do you apply on behalf of them? How does that work?
Yeah, we can help them, certainly. And I have several contacts, like service officers,
Right.
that can help the veteran and get him, connected with who we should talk to. There's an eligibility number, but it's very difficult to get through with that number, but she will help, and she's really amazing. So I have two wonderful they're veterans, and now they're service officers.
That's awesome. I mean, what you're doing for our veterans. I mean, we have so many veterans that are in need, but they don't even know this service is available.
They don't.
Absolutely.
And that's why I felt it's so important not only to get your company out, that's such an amazing company, but to let our veterans know
Absolutely.
that if they're on a service-connected disability,
Yeah.
they can get this free for them or a percentage of it
Absolutely.
paid for
Yeah.
by the VA.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's
and they
great.
allot them a certain amount of hours,
Absolutely.
depending on the disability.
Now, do you service only a certain area?
So with our location, we cover Cook County. So throughout the city of Chicago and also the LaGrange area.
Okay.
Absolutely. But there are other BrightStars, if they're outside of Cook County, that can service them as well.
Right.
Now,
Absolutely.
if someone was to contact you after watching the show
Absolutely.
and they wanted to know how do you go about applying?
Absolutely.
I mean, tell us about what the.
Yeah, well, they can most certainly give us a call, and we can actually help them through that process as well. And like I said, we can be reached at 312-382-8888. That's
a good
our
number to
main
know.
office. That's a good number to know. An easy number as well.
Yeah.
So,
You know, my mom she was ill and she had to stay in a nursing home for a couple weeks. And, I mean, it was a nice nursing home, but I didn't want to leave her there.
right.
You know, she had to be there for a couple weeks for therapy and
For
stuff like
rehab.
that. But, I just couldn't wait to get her out of there. It was just so cold and, when you talk about somebody you love
Yes.
and they have an illness, and like you were talking about, it's better to be in your own home.
Absolutely.
Who doesn't want to be in their own home?
Absolutely.
If you're ill,
Right.
you
Yeah.
want to be in a sterile location where you know
Absolutely.
nobody and
Absolutely.
they don't know you and
That's right.
whatever.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
makes more sense.
Absolutely.
So I mean, if that was me, there'd be
Yeah.
no other place but in my home.
Absolutely. Well, we
to
had
have
a
a
veteran
caregiver.
who brought his wife home from a nursing home.
Yes.
They just celebrated their 70th, right?
70th, yes.
Yeah.
Wedding of veterans.
And yes, and he's a Korean War veteran. He's absolutely
Been around a
amazing.
while.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, so she was at the nursing facility, and
Yeah.
they were like, "No, she has to stay. You don't have the resources at home, and you can't." And he said, "I'm taking her home." And I said, "Okay, just relax."
No, it's good.
And, oh, he was
for him.
fighting. Right, the family was against it. I said, "We will support you.
Yes.
If you think you can bring your wife home with our services, we will help you, and then we will see." Sometimes it doesn't work out.
Right.
The resources aren't available. There's not that. If they don't have a lot of family, but he made it work. At this 70th wedding anniversary, his
God bless them.
two sons are veterans. They flew in to be there, and
Yeah.
I said, "Your father brought your mother home,"
Yeah.
and she was bedbound at the nursing facility,
Who
and
doesn't
there
want
she
to be
is
in
sitting
the
up,
comfort of their own
Absolutely.
home?
eating their own
Instead of-
food.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just in your own surroundings.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It just makes so much more sense. I mean,
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
and God forbid if, something happened to any of my family members, I'd make sure they were in home health care
Absolutely.
because I wouldn't want to put them in. And like I said,
Yeah.
not that there's anything bad,
No.
but it's
No.
not the personalized
It's not.
attention
It isn't.
that
It's
you're
not.
going to give the patients.
And that's
that
what
are-
I love most is being able to allow people to age at home, remain at home,
That's
and
right.
we bring the care to them.
So if my daughter's listening
Right.
and I get a little senile,
Right.
make sure you call.
Aging in place at home.
Make sure you call BrightStar.
Right.
I don't know if you on the podcast that we had, Ken Avery, who's a dear friend of mine, a veteran, he came down with
The bacteria
pneumonia.
pneumonia.
Yeah, and he's in the hospital right now. So Ken, if you're out there listening, Please get well. We need you.
Yes, sending you our prayers.
But again, it's such a great service.
Yes.
What are the advantages? I mean, to have somebody in your home. What about medications or physical therapy? Do you help them with physical therapy if they have a?
We do not provide therapy services, but we do provide nursing services to help with medications if they need it as well.
And our caregivers, you know, they can work with a physical therapist, and the therapist can show them the exercises that they want the person to do, and our caregiver can help them.
That's
right.
See, that means a lot. It really does.
Yeah, because once the therapist leaves, sometimes, you know, you just sit back and you're like, okay, that's it, until they come back again, right?
Right. Yeah.
No, our caregivers are wonderful.
That's great. I mean, what you're doing to help people get well in their own home.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, who wouldn't want to be there?
Oh,
I know.
right.
I mean,
Right.
give us a really big success story that you had. I'm sure you guys have a couple up there. Like to share any of them with us?
Yeah, well, we talked about the one veteran bringing his wife home.
Right.
That was a huge success. And then we had one client that she was in home health with an ostomy, 89 years old. And she said, I'm never even going to look at this thing, let alone take care of it. And so the home health, they eventually discharged her because there's no further advancement of, taking care of the ostomy. So we took over, and she had an infection. And I said to the home nurse, that's not normal. And she said, no, it's fine. She'll be fine. Well, we got involved with her doctor. I mean, she had us doing the nursing for her ostomy 3 times a week. We saved the woman from getting a peritoneal bacterial infection.
Really?
Oh, yes. Yeah, she was really so grateful to us.
I think because you have somebody there with your loved one, keeping a close eye on them,
Absolutely.
they're going to pick up on things a lot quicker
Yeah.
than if they were in even a skilled nursing home.
Absolutely,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely. And our care team, they're able to build that relationship, build that rapport.
Right.
And because we have caregivers who have been with us for 10, 12 years.
Really?
And they
Must
can
be
remain.
a good company.
But also they're able to be with those clients for years until, the services are no longer needed. So
Right.
I love the fact that we're able to build that connection, build that relationship.
Form a relationship with them.
Right.
It's the personalized care.
Absolutely.
I don't know who wouldn't want that for someone they love
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
really care about.
Yes.
Right,
So
right.
it's just
Yeah, we
great.
have a veteran that he told me, he said, when she walked in, his caregiver, he said, I thought an angel walked into my home, and he will not be without her. So sometimes he has to go to Hines when he has,
Right.
issues. He pays privately for her to be with him. He said, I can't be with one day without her.
God bless. Again, it's that personalized
Right,
yeah.
attention.
Absolutely.
You don't get that in a nursing home.
No.
I mean, you're just
Very
a
rare.
patient, and I mean, so what you're doing it's amazing. It really is. I mean, the services that you're offering makes it where. How can you not want that for somebody you care?
Absolutely.
Really, how can you not want that?
Absolutely.
I don't want to have to go in a nursing home to visit someone I love and care about when I can have them at home.
Absolutely.
And you want, and a person that's ill, they want to be around familiar setting.
Absolutely.
Their own home, things they're used to.
Yeah, absolutely.
In a nursing home, you don't have that.
No.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I just love the fact that what you're doing for these people that are in need of home care.
Absolutely.
We're talking about getting back to the veterans, and it's so important that our veterans really get to know that.
Absolutely.
Because I'm sure there's a lot of veterans out there that really don't know that.
Right.
That they can get these services
Right.
provided through
Right.
the VA.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's why I've been talking to some of the VFWs and American Legions.
Absolutely.
Because they've done an excellent job with the suicide line, and that's, a priority, I understand. But they don't know very much about their other benefits. The free caregiving that they can get, spousal benefits, they have no idea.
Well, until Wendy and I we start talking, I had no idea that the VA would pay for this. For the in-care home services for veterans. So again, if there's a veteran out there that needs any home health care, this is the company to call. They're going to help you walk through that process of getting that paperwork done.
Absolutely.
God,
Sure will.
I just think what you're doing is great. You've been doing this for how many years now?
So I've been for about 10 years now.
10 years.
Yeah.
And
And Wendy.
In 3 years.
Huh?
3 years.
3 years. So you're a newbie.
I am a newbie. One of our colleagues.
What do you like best about what you do, Wendy?
Oh, I love it. If only I had known sooner about home care, and that's one of the things we want to go to nursing schools and see, the CNA schools, they know about the home care, but nurses, I was directed to the hospital setting. I didn't even know about home care. And so, I love it because I'm in the person's home and I get to know that person so well.
Right.
And I'm by their side, and we form, like our caregivers, but a very special relationship.
Absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
they just gave me that terrible
Okay.
5 minutes. So, Wendy, I want to ask you about the honor flight because that's so important. You were just saying last time we had a conversation that there was somebody from World War II or Korea.
Yes.
Where was it?
Yeah, he was from World War II, and he was 99 years old, and he waited for his 2 sons who had fought in Vietnam. This was in April, our first flight, to come and fly with him, and they flew together, the 3 of them, and he walked the entire perimeter of
Wow.
Midway. Oh.
Now, it doesn't cost anything for the veterans to go in the
Nothing.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, everything's paid for them. The flight, getting there, they get a guardian that will call them, make sure that they get to Midway. They meet them there, lead them through the whole process. The guardian, if it's a family member or a medical guardian, like I'm a medical guardian, we pay for the flight. So I think it's about $540.
So if you're just a family member, you have to pay for your
Yes,
flight.
yes.
But that's still
No,
Right.
yeah, it's
you can't put
so
a
worth
the
it.
memories they have to.
Oh.
Yeah, it's gotta overwhelm them. It really does.
Oh, it does. There isn't, when they come back from Washington and they are, greeted, I don't want to, it's just so beautiful that I don't want to ruin the surprise at the end.
Right.
But they're all crying. Everyone their eyes are red. They're like trying to hold back, but it's just the most unbelievable experience.
If we know a veteran that would like to do the honor flight, how do they go about that?
Yeah, well, for Chicago, it's chicagohonorflight.org, but then there is a national honor flight. They recommend that you go to the hub of your city, because they fly from all over the country. But if you don't have a hub, you're in a rural area, then there is a site that you can go to. It's called the Lone Eagle or the TLC program, and they will help you
Awesome.
to get to an honor flight.
Just because we only have a few minutes, and it's so your company is amazing. I wouldn't be here tonight if I didn't totally believe in it. So God bless you for what you're doing
Thank you. Thank you.
for our people that are in need of home health care.
Thank you.
Tell us, if people wanted to reach out for your service, shoot them a little.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, we can be reached. Our office number 312-382-8888. Also, our website is brightstarcare.com/Chicago.
And I highly recommend them, believe me. And
you.
I want to thank you, Wendy, for being such a good friend.
Yes,
Lenora, thank you for
Thank
doing
you.
such a great job for our
Thank
people
you.
that are in need of home health care services.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
It's
you.
really, God bless you for what
Yes.
you're doing.
Thank you.
It takes a special person. It really does.
It does,
To
yes.
be in the home health care business.
Absolutely.
I'm assuming because It's just your heart's got to open up to these people.
Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
So
Wendy,
good to see
God bless you. You
Thank
stay.
you.
You keep in touch with me.
I
Okay,
will.
good night,
Okay,
and we'll
good
look
night.
forward to seeing you on the second Thursday of every month at 7:30 p.m. God bless, and have a great night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.